Ralph Nader. He's the attorney, activist, author, former candidate for the President of the United States. His latest book, Only the Super Rich Can Save Us. Website, stopthesewars.org, onlythesuperrich.org. Ralph Nader, welcome back to our program.
Thank you, Thom Hartmann.
It's great to have you with us. So this is the anniversary, the 8th anniversary. We're starting the 9th year of the Iraq War.
Yes, the country has been blown apart. 5 million refugees, over 1 million people have lost their lives. Huge sectarian divisions, which invaders often provoke. Almost 5,000 U.S. soldiers have died. 100,000 have injured. Thousands more have been subjected to diseases like sandfly diseases. Millions of families' lives disrupted. Professions and occupations disrupted. Joe Stiglitz, the Nobel Prize-winning economist, estimates that it'll cost $3 trillion over, say, the next 15, 20 years. And what do we get out of it? They're still fighting in Iraq. Explosions are going on every day, 30 here killed, 20 here killed. And we've got 50,000 soldiers or more there now, and 50,000, by the way, is the minimum figure that will be retained. We're spending $675 million. Catch this, Tom. $675 million this year guarding the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad and its personnel, while back home, where 58,000 people die from workplace-related diseases and trauma, the federal agency whose task is to save the workers' lives has a budget of $550 million.
And the Republicans would like to take an axe to it.
Yeah. So, for people to say, oh, we've succeeded in Iraq because we're pulling out of Iraq and they got a parliament and ministers, is pretty repugnant to the millions of Iraqis who've seen their country blown apart and who have lost relatives, and many refugees all over in Jordan and Syria, all over.
You know what you're missing, though,
parts
Ralph?
of the world.
You're missing a big piece of this, and that is, look at all the money that Halliburton's made. Look at, Eric Prince.
Yeah.
He had a shooting range in Grand Rapids, and he's turned it into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. You've got, there's some people who've made out very, very well. Thank you very much.
How about today's news? The Pentagon paid a billionaire oil magnate $200 million more than the contract provided for to supply fuel to the military in Iraq.
Yeah, we're paying $1,000. We're paying
$200 million.
Right, we're paying $1,000 a gallon for gasoline delivered into Afghanistan.
Yeah. Most people don't realize that, and it's like burning the taxpayers' money at supersonic speed. Yeah. And also, we've created more enemies. There are more people who hate us there. More
That's right.
people
in their
20s who want to fight us.
Yeah, and we saw the same thing with this last drone attack just yesterday that went so wrong in Pakistan, where it killed a bunch of elders, and now BBC is doing the best reporting on this. Ralph, we only have about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes here. Real quickly, two questions. One, I know that there are actions around the country. Can you give us a quick summary of those? And two, I'm curious your thoughts on Libya.
Well, first, there's going to be a major rally and sit-in demonstration in downtown Washington, D.C., 12 o'clock on Saturday, led by Veterans for Peace, Iraq Veterans for Peace, or Iraq Veterans Against the War, and other similar peace groups. And about 100 of them are going to sit down in front of the White House as nonviolent civil disobedience and be arrested in protest. Around the country, there's not much going on. There are vigils here, vigils there. The problem is that there's nobody in the Congress except one or two people to cling to. It isn't like the Democrats or the opposing parties.
Yeah. Okay. And Libya, your thoughts?
This is an interesting.
Should we have had an act of Congress, a declaration of war, if we're going to do something?
This is an interesting thing where we belong to the UN Charter. The UN Charter has the effect of federal law. The UN has decided they're going to marshal military forces unless Gaddafi relents in some way. And the question is that without a congressional declaration of war, is that going to be enough under international law? Right. My guess is it isn't. For some countries, it may be. But for the U.S., I don't think it is. I think the U.S. is going to attack a country. It's got to have a declaration of war. That's what was provided for in 1787.
Yeah, in the Constitution of the United States, I agree with you. And the same thing with Iraq, the same thing with Afghanistan, the same thing with Vietnam. None of those had declarations of war, and they all had.
That's right. And that's why what we're saying is so much of what Bush did was illegal, internationally, domestically, unconstitutional, etc. Obama's been continuing. And so we have a war crimes institutionalization in our federal government. And if we really believe in the rule of law, and if we don't, how are we going to lead the world to avoid violence? If we don't believe in the rule of law, we're in deep trouble in this country. The people have been stripped of authority. We're a de facto dictatorship when it comes to military foreign policy abroad.
Yeah. In the minute we have left, Ralph Nader, your thoughts on the current state of American politics?
Well, it's not very competitive. We have what I call a two-party dictatorship that excludes competitive parties all kinds of ways with state laws, ballot access hurdles, exclusion from debates, difficulty in raising money, harassing petitioners on street corners, getting names to get on the ballot. That, to me, is a very serious commentary. And we really can't have a democracy if we don't have voter choice. And voter choice means that the candidates have to be able to get on the ballot to give voters that choice. So my campaign manager has written a wonderful book on all of this called A Grand Illusion, The Myth of Voter Choice in a Two-Party Regime.
Was that Kevin Zeese?
No, that's Teresa Amato.
Oh, okay.
It's New Press out of New York. You can look at it on online, of course. Yeah. But the other thing that's important is that the people don't participate. We need a whole series of debates right across the country in late September and early October.
You bet. I'm totally with you. Ralph Nader, his latest book, Only the Super Rich Can Save Us. The website's stopthesewars.org, onlythesuperrich.org. Ralph, thanks so much for dropping by today.
Thank you again, Tom.
Great speaking.